Yeah. No, but I mean, in terms of like mature relationships, like let's say you have a partner or something, and I know you're very vocal, public facing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think because I have a lot of questions from have gotten. I'm sorry, I've gotten a lot of questions from younger adults about that being a topic and bringing up to their partner, or in how I guide that. And then I guess I just wanted to throw that question on you,
Yeah.
and if
So
and how you do handle that.
yeah, I feel like I'm very loud with everything. I don't know why? But I do have a partner, and um thankfully she was my best friend before we got together. So it made that transition easier because she knows all my drawbacks where that is concerned, and it it it's it's easier with her. However, I've in other relationships, I did not know what was going on with me. Like I said, I found out I was diagnosed when I was 26.
So not that long
So
ago, really.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I've only been in like one other relationship prior to this, and she was there for all of it. So she was understanding. So I didn't have to have this big reveal of what I'm going through, and if you're okay with it. But I still had the conversation. I still had the conversation because it made me insecure in terms of, would you still want to be with me while I'm going through this, um, especially with the anxiety that it comes with after the fact. So you have to have that talk no matter what. It whether it's like friendships. I started having the talk with the persons who I work with because no one understood. So I've had to like do workshops um in my office just in case, so that I feel safer, they feel safer, and there is those are skills that you can take on the road with you. So it's just having that conversation initially with anyone, having that conversation as an adult with your parents, you know, because even though my mom was trying to figure out what was happening to me, I found out on my own what was happening to me in my 20s. So I had to have that conversation with her. Yeah.
And
How did
go
that
ahead.
go? Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gonna follow up on that. Having with the older generation, and we were talking about these previous notions of what epilepsy is. How did that go?
How'd that go,
Yeah.
and what does that look like? A little bit. I mean, it's a different conversation probably that you have, with your
Yeah.
parents and your
Yeah.
coworkers and your
I'll
partner.
walk you through them.
Yeah, tell us, because I think that that's fascinating, and you know, people don't often talk about this too much, these conversations. So I think it's a good thing. We want to
Yeah.
hear. We want to
So,
hear.
um, the conversation with my partner at the time is, I had a seizure in the middle of the night. It usually happens to me at night, so it makes it a little bit more scary because I wake up not knowing what's happening to me. So she was just like, okay, no, something is seriously wrong. Let's go check it out. And when I was recommended to a neurologist from my GP, I went to my mom and I told her, I'm like, hey, so you remember when I was always having these, I call them dizzy spells because, I didn't know. Um, I had one last night and it was really bad, I think. And so I'm going to a neurologist to find out more. So she was really like, okay, what should I do? Should I come? What? I was like, no, I'll find out. I'll tell you. But like when they did the first test, and I think it was I always mix it up. I think it was an ECG. Um, they did that first, and then I had to do an MRI, and she took the MRI more seriously than the ECG when I was doing it, and she was worried because she kept calling me like each time, like, when are you doing this? What are you doing this? You know, when are the results coming out? Like, what's going on? Um, but even though I was worried, I had to try and calm her down. But when I found out, and when it was confirmed, and I told her what was going on with me, first of all, she's just like, she knew, but no one gave her the confirmation when she was trying to find out. So it was just it was the conversation was just about like what were the next steps, and I had to be home for a bit because I was like switching between medications and I wasn't sure how it would affect me. And yeah, and even now we're still having that talk because I'm trying to let her understand my anxiety. So it's gonna always be that constant talk,
Yeah.
so to speak. With my partner at the time now, she was there for it, so I didn't have to have that talk. She was with the doctors and she did her own research because she was worried. Um, it kept on sending me like articles and stuff she has Googled, and I'm like, okay, calm
That's
down.
that's cute.